So, Chris, tell me about this amazing project you have going on. I'm so excited to hear all about it.
Excellent. So the show is called Burning Questions, covering climate change now. It is a special that will air next week, October 25th. It's a special that has been produced by an organization called Covering Climate Now, which is an organization that centers climate reporting with over 500 news organizations around the globe. This special really is a convening of the best climate change reporting that's happened over the past year. Um, really asking some key questions throughout the hour that provoke people um, to sort of understand what we're all living through right now, which is climate change. The special, I think, is really interesting in that you get to sort of see how climate change is affecting our world from different parts of the world through the eyes of the reporters who are covering the story in real time. And the special itself is amazingly diverse because all the stories aren't coming from the US. They're not coming from places that you normally get to see in our sort of day of looking at news. It's taking you across the globe, but then it's also right next to stories that are happening in different parts of the US. And so, I think this special, I think for folks who follow climate, it's going to be enlightening. But for those folks who haven't been following the stories, I think it'll be enlightening.
I'm really excited about it. And you have some big names in it, including Al Roker. How did that come to be?
I cannot say I had anything to do with that. The Covering Climate Noun organization and NBC News have worked together for years. Al Roker, as you probably know at NBC, I believe he has a climate unit,
Yes,
and
yes.
so he is always covering climate change and is a huge sort of proponent of making sure that we're all looking at the story. But I think the relationship between Al, NBC News, and Climate Noun, Covering Climate Noun, has been institutional. They've been together for a while, and we just benefit from the relationship and the partnership.
That's incredible. And what would you say was the biggest challenge about helping put all this together?
I think because we're all different news organizations, right? Like here, I'm based at WGBH in Boston, GBH in Boston. Covering Climate Noun is based out of New York. NBC News is based out of New York, and they're talking to over 500 news organizations. And so when you think about the hour that they've been producing, it's all being sort of stitched together from different sources. So we have to make sure that we're checking to make sure things are up to standards. We're working collectively as different organizations to make sure that this all holds together. And interesting enough, as we're sort of getting the word out, we all sort of market in different ways. And so it's I think it's a really good collaboration. Something that when you think news organizations are supposed to compete, right? No, we're getting along. We're sort of thinking in a different way that we have to sort of find different ways to get this content out to audiences and for them to um, they could probably put this out on NBC if they wanted to, but they're working with us on this. And I think this is the amazing thing. It's an interesting collaboration in that we're all sort of looking at this theme, climate, as something that all audiences need to know about.
That's incredible. And what would you say was the most rewarding part about this entire project?
Oh, I think the most rewarding part about it for World Channel and GBH is that we're taking it to new audiences. Um, there are people who are very much into climate. For us, it's a theme of a lot of other work that we do underneath the umbrella of social justice. And I think the rewarding part to it is we think about the theme of climate, we're able to bring this high quality reporting to new audiences who might not otherwise see it, present it in a unique way. And so just be able to enlighten folks who are working overnight shifts, who are maybe they're not watching the news from 6:30 to 7. Maybe they get their news in different ways. I think the rewarding part is we're elevating the conversation and we're taking it to audience who might not otherwise get a chance to get it within their feeds. We're putting it in their feeds.
It's incredible. And I'm so proud of you for bringing awareness to this and working so hard on this. I think you're absolutely amazing, Chris.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So what's next for you after that? Now that this is getting ready to air, you have any other big projects on the docket?
It's funny. Next week is a really busy week. So, Climate Change Noun is actually on the 25th. On the 24th, we're actually doing something with Retro Report on extremism in America. So, we have a half hour on extremism and hate that's going to air on, I think, Monday night. And I think this is Tuesday night. So, we got two big specials next week. This is just one of them. In November, we're doing another climate special called In Their Element, which is about climate change on native reservations, and I believe that's the first week in November. Um, we have a new film on America Frame called Kick Candidate, which looks at a local election in Amarillo, Texas, which I'm really excited about. Time to the midterms, and we get to share a story about a young candidate running for a seat in his city. And as we know, local politics is the real politics, and so I'm really excited about that. World Channel is an interesting place. We really try to every month, every week, give everybody a little something new with
Yes.
everything else that's coming in PBS, but do it with the understanding that we're serving audiences who are really interested in the world around them. So if you tune into World Channel, know that every week, every month, we're going to have a little something new based on what's happening in the world.
That's why I love it. That's why I always try to support World Channel because I think it's amazing. And right now, my cat is on my lap, wondering if you'll give her her own special.
Hey, I mean, is she oppressed?
She's mad because she can't always get her way, and I have to go out to work. So she wants to know that why she can't have attention 24/7.
Hey, well then she's oppressed. You should give her attention.
Yes. So one thing I like asking people I interview is tell me a fun fact about yourself.
I've been making content since I was 10 years old.
Wow, that's impressive. That
Yeah,
is impressive.
yeah.
How'd you start with that?
I was when I was a kid, my mother moved us to the suburbs of Philadelphia, to this town called Springfield. And it was on a mainline community where they actually had TV studios and they actually had cameras and they had we used to do this news show like once a week. They brought an independent filmmaker to show us how to use cameras. At the time it was like old three-quarter decks and everything, and so I've literally been making media since I was 10. And all through middle school, all through high school, it took me into essentially what I'm doing now is just sort of loving film, loving content. But I think media has been part of my life since a very young age. Um, and so as I sit here and I talk about what we're doing and seeing these journalists out there capturing these stories, it's like, yeah, this has been part of my life since I was a kid. And I've always loved the news, so it's just the unique sort of quirky thing about me. I didn't pick this up as an adult. I've always been sort of a content creator, curator.
That's incredible, and I'm really proud of what you've created. And where can we follow you on social media so we can continue to follow your amazing projects?
Well, you should follow all the World Channel
Yes.
socials at World Channel, and that's on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. You can follow me at Chris Hayes, that's ChrisHast on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
Nice. I will definitely be sending you a follow. Thank you so much for taking the time today, Chris. I really appreciate you, and I hope we talk again soon.
All right, thank you so much for your attention on this.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
All right, enjoy your day.
Bye. You too. Bye.